Can everyone hear me and can you see my screen, please, before I start talking?
Yes, I can see it. Good evening, sir. Yes.
Good evening. Okay. So as I was saying, I said we have certain other factors that affects the forex market. We have important news that could cause sudden, serious price movements in the forex market.
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm sure if you guys have been trading, which most of you should have been doing for a while now, because this class started like a month ago. At some point in time, you might see certain impulsive candles, like very strong candles in the market, and you're wondering, oh, what happened? Why did this move happen like this? Most of the time, it's usually because of news events. Are you guys with me? Are you guys with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now I want to explain um, the news
Yes, sir.
events that based on the currency pairs that I trade. I'm going to be explaining the news events that concern those currency pairs and how you can trade or understand market movements in relation to these news events. So now the currency pairs I trade basically the currency pair I trade the most is gold, BTC USD, then sometimes USD JPY, Euro JPY, GBP JPY. But the major currency pair I trade is gold, and gold is represented as XAU USD, and we have gold on one side, and we have the US dollar on the other side. So the major news events that would affect such a pair are news that is centered around the American dollar, which is the USD. Are you guys with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the major news events, I think we have
Yes, sir.
about 3 or 4 news events that let me sorry, let me drag me to a blank page. We have about 3 or 4 major news events that affect the USD. The first one is what we call NFP, which simply means non-farm payroll. Please mute yourself.
Yes, yes.
So I said the first one we have is NFP. NFP simply means non-farm payroll, and NFP represents the amount of jobs that is created in the forex market every month. That doesn't have to do with farm jobs. That means it's non-farm payroll represents jobs outside agriculture, outside farming, basically the amount of jobs that is created within the United States of America within that month. That doesn't have to do with agriculture. So it could be doctors, nurses, whatever, any job that is not related to farming or agriculture. That is what NFP tracks and it records. So the NFP news is released on the first Friday of every month. So NFP news comes out first Friday of every month around 1:30 p.m. Are you guys following? All right.
Yep.
So
Yes, sir.
NFP comes out first Friday of every month. Then the next one we have is the PPI. PPI is Producers Price Index. It measures the total amount of goods being produced by producers within the United States of America. The other one we have is the CPI. CPI is Consumers Price Index. It measures the total amount of goods that is being produced. I'm sorry, I said Consumer Price Index measures consumer spending in America for a specific period of time. Then we also have FOMC. So FOMC is a speech. It's different from these other news. It's a speech that is given by I think his name is George Powell. He's the president of the Federal Reserve of the United States of America. Can you guys hear me? Are you guys
Yes,
following,
yes,
please?
yes,
Okay, so now I've
yes.
mentioned 4 major news events, and I said um, I mentioned the NFP, I mentioned the PPI, CPI, and the FOMC. So you don't need to. You don't. There's a website that would help you track these news events. You don't have to be cramming all of them in your head or stressing yourself. You can go to this website here, forexfactory.com, www.forexfactory.com. So this website basically shows you all the news events that affects any currency pair. His name is so. When you come to this website, you can see we have this is the time, this is the date. This date represents the particular day of the news. The current date here is June 6th. You can change that here. Um, So when you can see it for today now. This is all the news events affecting all currency pairs for today. So we have this currency shows the currency that this news will be affecting. This is the news. German GFK consumer climate. Are you guys following?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So this represents the currency being affected, and this is the news that is being released. So now this folder, you can see we have a yellow folder, we have a red folder, we have an orange folder. This folder represents the intensity of the news. So the red folder represents, sorry, what's that noise? Please, if there's noise in your background, mute yourself, please. So as I was saying, I said yellow represents mild news events. That means news events that are not very serious, and you don't necessarily want to concern yourself with a yellow folder news event. Orange represents a medium level of seriousness, while the any red folder represents major news events, basically. So you want to be very, very concerned with any red folder news event. So any news event that you see that has this red folder, it means that it's going to have a serious impact on that particular currency that you're trading. Is that clear, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
now,
Yes, sir.
let me go back
Yes, sir.
to the last time the NFP was released was the first Friday in June, which is June 6th, 6th of June. So these are the news events that were released on 6th of June. You can easily, if I apply a filter here now, I can select if I want to see if I tick this and I tick this and I tick this and then I apply this filter, it will only show me. Then you can select the news for the currencies you want to see. It will only show me red folder. You can see it's only bringing red folder events. That means high priority um, news events, and this is what the news looks like. So before the news is released, when you come on this website, forestfactory.com, before the news is released, you will see this. You will see the previous value. Now I'm talking about NFP, non-farm payroll. So you see the previous value. Here, the previous value is 147K. Then there's a forecast. That means a prediction of what they expect the next value to be. And then we have the actual value. The actual value will be released at the time of the news. Are you with me? So when if you come here by 1:30 p.m., that is when the value of this particular news will be released. So now, how do you trade this news event? So, like I said,
Oh,
the the four news events that I listed here, NFP, PPI, CPI, and FOMC, they all affect USD pairs, USD pairs. And if you remember your basics of forex trading, for currency pairs, we have every currency pair has a base currency and a quote currency. Are you guys following?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So every currency
Yes, sir.
pair
Yes,
has
sir.
a base currency and a quote currency. So now, whenever any of these news gets released, you can see here this for this particular non-farm payroll that happened on the 6th of June. The release was green. You can either have it in green or in red. So the news release here was green. So once it's green, it means that it is positive for the US dollar. Are you with me? And what does that mean? It means that anything that's positive for the US dollar means it will affect the US dollar positively, given the US dollar strength. And the general idea behind that is you would expect currency pairs that have the US dollar as their base currency to be bullish once that news is released. Are you guys following?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So any currency pair that has US dollar as its base currency pairs like USD CAD, USD JPY, they will be bullish once that news is released and it is green. Note those three things. Once the news is released and it is positive for the USD, that means it is green. That's any currency pair that has the US dollar as its base currency. That means the first currency. We have USD JPY, USD CAD. USD is appearing first. That means USD is the base currency. That currency pair will be bullish when that news is released. But any currency pair that has the USD pair, the USD currency as the quote currency, that currency pair will be bearish once once the news is positive, once it is green. Hope that is clear. Let me type it out. So
It's
if
clear.
Sir,
the
please, I have a
news,
question.
yeah, what's your question?
So you know how before NFT is released, some people say, okay, is a buy, is a sell. How do they do that? Because
Before it is
it's
released,
not already been released. Yeah.
I
Some people
honestly
play
have no
their
idea how
prediction.
they do that. What I do
I mean,
is
some people play their prediction.
they place their predictions. No, okay, it's probably based on the
Yeah.
forecast. Probably based on the forecast because maybe they've seen the forecast you're seeing is lesser than the previous the one for the previous month, so they understand that, oh, maybe the US dollar might not have done well that month. But you should not you should not place your trades based on the forecast. You should always wait for the actual release of the news itself. Are you with me?
But then once the stuff comes out, the pairs move fast, so you might
Yes.
miss the whole thing.
No, that's the thing. It moves fast, but you can still catch the. There was a that on that particular 6th of June. There was a sell trade. This sell trade here I took on gold. You can still catch the full move, but of course, obviously, it's not. And the thing is, once the news gets released, the price won't just because of the increased volatility in the market. The price will not just drop at once. It will probably first spike in the opposite direction first a little bit. You might see something like this: price spikes up, then it retraces back and it just comes straight down with just one candlestick. Do you get? Are you with me?
Yeah. Yeah.
But based on the understanding that if the
Yes,
news
sir.
release is positive for the USD pair, you would expect currency pairs that have the USD currency as a quote currency to be bearish. But then currency pairs that have the USD currency as a base currency to be bullish. Then if the news is negative, if it is red on your forexfactory.com, you would expect currency pairs that have the USD currency as a quote currency to be bullish. That means gold. You expect to buy gold, Euro USD, GBP USD, BTC USD, any currency pair that has the USD as a quote currency is going to be bullish if the news is negative. That because the meaning of the news being negative is that for that particular period, the USD currency didn't do really well. It weakened, so it will definitely weaken against the currencies that are trading it with. Do you guys get the concept? Are you guys with me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
yes,
sir.
yes.
Yes, sir.
So now understanding everything I just explained, that doesn't mean that once a news is released, you want to go into the market and risk all your money. Just place buy or sell. Obviously, like I just mentioned that there's usually always a spike in the opposite direction first, and that spike, if you're not when you're trading currency like gold, a little spike could take out all your accounts, so you have to be cautious about it. Are you with me? Are you guys following?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, sir.
News Trading the news is usually very very risky because it's always very volatile. But if you know what you're doing, you can use it to your
Yes, sir.
advantage.
We are following you.
So if you know what you're doing, you can use it to your advantage. So once the news is released, you don't just want to buy or sell blindly. Number one, check if that particular news released was positive or negative for the USD. So if it's positive, like I said, if it is positive, you expect US currency pairs with USD as the base to be bullish and currency pairs with USD as the quote to be bearish. But if it is negative, you expect currency pairs with USD as the quote to be bullish, while currency pairs with the USD as the base to be bearish. And once that happens, you want to sometimes you might want to wait for if you don't want to wait for the spike in the opposite direction, you can let's assume based on this now, the news that was released was positive for the USD, meaning that gold was going to fall. You could easily just sell off the bat, but make sure you give your trade room to breathe. You don't just sell and then place a very tight stop loss, thinking you're getting a sniper entry. Are you guys with me? Hello, is that clear,
Yes,
please?
No, no,
yes,
no.
yes,
I don't understand.
So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I heard someone say they don't understand. I said when you are trading the news, once you've gotten the value for the news, once the news has been released and you've gotten the value for the news, in this scenario, in this example, the news was positive for the US dollar, it was green, meaning that currency pairs that have the US dollar as the code was going to go bearish. That means price will fall. I'm saying once you sell, you don't sell and then tighten your stop loss. Make your stop loss very tight, thinking because it's the news, volatility will come in. You will get sniper entry and the trade will instantly go in your
Yes.
direction. I
Yes.
said, sorry, I can't hear you clearly. What did you say?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're breaking up, please. I didn't get that. I can't hear. I didn't hear what you said, though, but I'm trying to answer the question that somebody asked. Someone said he didn't understand what I was saying, and I was saying that once you enter your trade, in this example, it was a sell. You want to give your trade enough room to breathe. That means your stop loss should be at least 50 to 70 pips above your entry point because there could be a spike in the other direction first. Even I would advise that you don't necessarily use a stop loss, but just watch the lot size you're using. Don't maximize your account. Basically, if you're not ready to take that risk, place your trade, give your trade enough room to breathe, and then watch it fall in your direction. Is that clear, please? Are we all clear
yes,
on
sir.
that? Are we all clear on that?
I think me, I'm clear for now.
We're clear for now. Okay, so you guys after this meeting, you can go on forexfactory.com. Just go on the dates, first Friday of every month. Backtest what I just explained to you. Are you with me? First Friday of every month. Check the non-farm payroll news that was released. If it was positive or negative, then check the effect that it had on those currencies in respect to what I just described. You will see that practically every time, once it is released, if it is good for the US dollar, the base currency, the US dollar with the currency pairs with the US dollar as the base currencies will be bullish, or the currency pairs with the US dollar as the code currency is going to be bearish. So, do you guys have any question on what I just explained? You can unmute yourself to ask questions, please.
Sir, I think I have a question. It's just, but it's like, can you can you draw the way like what we are supposed to like be expecting? Me, I don't. I'm not like I've not really been following the classes, but I'm joining because of work and everything. But I've been joining. But so I want to ask that, can you just draw how it's going to be like if you can see something from the news, like how to decode the news very well so that will like because me I get what you said, but maybe if I go and watch the video again, but I'm just feeling like maybe if you can draw it when is serving good and when it's not serving good.
I
Like
should I should
when
draw
you
it.
see
What
the
do you mean by I
results,
should draw it?
like you should just show it like the graphical representation of it,
Graphical
like like
representation. Okay, I said
yeah.
if the news is so let me first list out currency pairs that we have USD as the base currency, USD JPY, we have USD card, and so on and so forth. Any currency pair where USD is the first currency, that means we have USD as the base currency. So currency pairs where we have USD as the code currency, XEU USD, BTC USD, Euro USD, GBP USD. So are you with me? Are you following me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So now we have two groups of currency pairs. We have one where USD is the coast currency and one where USD is the base currency. So I said if the news is positive, that means if it is green, if you come on forexfactory.com and you see that this news release is green here, what you want to watch out for. Once that news is released, expect price. Any currency pair that has this USD as the base currency is going to be bullish. Price will go up. But then I said, because of his news, there's usually a lot of volatility. Before price goes up, there might be a little spike down first. So price might fall down first before it goes up. Do you get? But the general move of that news, the impact that news will have on these pairs is going to be bullish. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And then I said for the cold
Yes.
currency, once it is positive, it is going to be bearish. So we expect to sell any of these currency pairs. Once that news is released and you see a green notification, it is going to be bearish. But there might be a spike upward first, a little spike upward before price comes down. It's going to be bearish. But if it is negative, it is the inverse that happens if it is negative. So if it is negative, for currency pairs with USD as the quote, it's going to be bullish. But there might still be a spike downward first before it goes up. And then for currency pairs with this as the USD as the base, it is going to be bearish. So you might have a spike upward and then it comes down. Do you get the concept now? Exactly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, sir. I think I get it now.
All right.
Yeah.
So do you have any other question?
So excuse me. You said if the news is green, do you mean the actual price?
What? No, actual
Hello,
price.
sir.
I can hear you. Like, see, the news release comes in, like the actual news release can either be green. You can see this one is green. This one is green. This one is green. Let me look for let me look for a news release that is red. Let's check today. You can see this one is red.
Okay.
So this one right now is green.
Okay.
So it can either be
the
green or
USD.
red. You were saying?
Oh, okay. So it's that place that's showing the currency, is it what the actual price is going to affect? Like the USD there
Yes.
is showing,
Yes.
or
Yes.
so
Yes. This is the concerned
okay.
currency. So where we have GBP, that means it is the British pound that is going to be affected. Here where we have USD. Let me change my filter back to so you can see more currencies. So you can see we have euro for this particular news now. It is the euro. Any currency pair where you find the euro will be affected. Did you get that? Hello, did you get that?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So any other question?
So, what about the one that is in yellow color?
That one, you don't want to, but the one with yellow color doesn't really have much effect on the market. The one in red color is the one that has a serious effect on the market. Those ones are mild impact news. They don't really have mild impact means the impact might not necessarily be felt. It's almost negligible.
So in other words, you should only trade the red and blue.
Yes, you want to concern yourself with the high impact news. That means news that are in the red folder. Those red folder news. That's what you want to concern yourself with.
All right, so thank you.
Yeah. So do you guys have any other question?
Thank you, sir.
So no one has any other question, right? All right. So in the absence of questions, that will be all for tonight. You can backtest this. Go to forexfactory.com. Go back on the dates, check and come and check your charts, then see how it affects the news. Then if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. My number. You guys, I think you all have my number. You can just always send me a DM on WhatsApp or on Telegram. So that will be all for
Sorry, sir.
yeah.
I sent you a DM, man. Concerning, I'm asking what strategy you use and the confluence you need to see before you take trade. Like things you need to see to make your setup.
Oh, an A plus setup.
Yes, answer also confirmation.
Confirmations.
What you see? Yeah.
What I would do is I would make a list and drop it on the, or I would, I created a trading plan on the Telegram group already. I would edit it and include, or maybe I'll just make a new list and include confirmations and send to you guys on Telegram.
I don't know. And I think it's better you like show us
I should
whether
show
it's
you.
candlestick
Okay.
or yeah, I think it's better.
Like let me use this trade I took today. This sell on gold. So the first thing you want to do is you want to understand what phase the market is. I don't think we have enough time. There won't be enough time for me to explain this tonight. But let me try to brief it. The first thing you want to do is you want to understand the phase the market is in. Yeah. And based on can can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So gold has been bullish for the longest time. A higher high was created by taking out this previous high. This is the strong low that we have. So a bearish gold market will be confirmed by price breaking below this low that I marked out here. So we know gold has been bullish for the longest time, but price now has been falling because of all the tensions and the war and all of that has been happening. Gold was falling consistently, leaving all these key levels behind. This is one key level here. Let me try it out. This is one key level here. So it came down to this point, went up a little bit. This is another key level here, broke this previous low. Then this is a supply zone. You can see that it broke this previous low, fell, went up, retraced a little bit. This is a little retracement here. Can you see it clearly? And then it
Yeah.
fell back to this zone. So when it came to this zone, which is our strong low, we're almost out of time for this meeting. So let me quickly summarize it. When it came to this zone, which is our strong low, it could not break below this zone, and it started to push back up. It went up a little bit, created a high. This is under high to here. This is under high here, which would serve as inducement or liquidity. It came back, could not still break below this zone, indicating that we're currently indecisive in the market. Are you guys with me?
Yeah.
So I already marked out, of course, the first thing you want to do is after recognizing all these things, you mark out your key levels. This is our immediate closest supply zone. This is the first zone I marked out. Then this I marked out this gap too, and then I marked out this third zone. So of course you would expect price to react off any of these zones. And once you've marked out these key levels, this is a supply zone. We can see liquidity here, equal highs, this high and this high. So you would expect price to take out this liquidity and then fall. But now there's no saying how far price will fall from this zone because this strong low has not been taken out yet. Are you guys with me?
Yeah.
So that's why one
Yes,
thing you want
sir.
to do is you want to trail your profit. So the final confirmation you look out for is once price comes to your point of interest, you look out for number one thing you could look out for is a bearish candlestick, a strong bearish candlestick, or a change of character on a smaller time frame. So this is the 1 hour time frame. If I go to the 15-minute time frame, you can see that this candlestick was very, very strong. You can see how strong this candle is.
Yeah.
So this is the final confirmation I got for this entry. Think some people there are two different ways of entering a trade. You could either be aggressive or you could be conservative. The aggressive form of entering is once you've marked out your point of interest, you can even place buy or sell limit orders around that zone, expecting that once price comes into that zone, it's going to give you the reaction you expected. But there are pros and there are cons of trading like that. The pro of trading like that is that you get to enjoy the full move of the trade. For this trade now, because I waited for this candlestick, and this candlestick was very, very the conservative way of trading, this candlestick was very, very long. This whole candlestick took us all the way to the first take profit level, which is here. I think this was about almost 100 pips. Let me check. Yes, this was like 80 something pips. One candlestick already gave us like 80 pips. So if you are being conservative, you would have missed out on 80 pips already. Do you get? That is one of the downsides to being conservative. But it saves you a lot because sometimes if you placed a buy limit order around here now and price just goes, maybe there's a news or price breaks this zone impulsively. Price doesn't give you a rejection candlestick and it just breaks it impulsively, takes out your stop loss. You would be losing trades. So waiting for candlestick confirmations or a change of character on a smaller time frame would save you and would help you increase your win rate basically. Exactly. So that's the final thing you want to check around your point of interest. Either a candlestick confirmation or a lower time frame change of character. Is that clear, guys? Did you get that? Whoever asked that question, did you get it? Did you get my explanation?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
sir, yes, sir. But you have not answered my own question.
What's your question?
Okay.
The strategy you use and the confluence you need to see before you enter a trade.
That's literally what I just explained. I literally just explained what you just asked. I said first thing you want to find the phase the market is in. Is the market in an uptrend? Is it in a downtrend? What's happening? Once you figure out what the market is doing, what phase it is in, the next thing you want to do is to mark out your key levels. Are you with me? Then once you mark out your key levels, you wait for price to come to your key levels. Now there could be extra confluences, there could be liquidity resting close to your key level. So a liquidity grab into your key level is an extra confluence. And then a candlestick confirmation or a change of character on a lower time frame is your confirmation for you to enter that particular trade.
That's in SMC, right?
But yeah, base SMC, ICT is generally the SMC and ICT are the same thing. It's just understanding liquidity and order flow of the market. Your key levels could be order block, it could be a supply zone, whatever it is you want to call it. This they just give it different names. They all mean the same thing. It's generally the same concept. Your order block is your last bullish candle before a downward move, and your supply zone is an impulsive um downward movement. Wherever you see price falling impulsively, that's a supply zone. Did you get my explanation?
All right. Mhm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I don't know if you still have time or maybe next time to explain inducement.
Okay. Let me see. We'll fix another class for inducement, and I'll let you guys know when I have time. So I'll just probably might be Saturday or Sunday, one of those days. I'll find time and fix time to explain inducement.
All right, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
welcome.
all right, sir. That would be very, very nice. Thank you so very much.
All right, so I'll see you guys again later. So don't worry if you have any questions, just text me on my WhatsApp. I'll answer your questions
All right,
there. Yeah.
thank you,
Good
sir.
night, guys.
Good
Have
night.
a, have a good night, sir.
Yeah.